Hello everyone, welcome to the Learn English channel. We're so happy to have you here today. This is your safe, cozy space to learn real English through everyday conversations. There is no judgment here, just learning. I'm John.
And I'm Lucy. It's great to see you all. John, let me ask you a question. Have you ever felt like a statue when someone asks you about your life? You know that moment when your heart beats fast and suddenly you forget how to say your name or what you do for work?
Oh, absolutely. It feels like your brain just freezes. When something freezes, it becomes like ice and cannot move. It is a very common worry for many people learning English. You want to talk about yourself, but the words stay stuck in your throat. You're afraid of making a mistake or sounding awkward. Awkward means feeling uncomfortable or not natural.
That is exactly what we're solving today. Our theme is learn how to talk about yourself in English with confidence. We know this is a big pain or a big problem for you, but don't worry. Today you will learn how to introduce yourself, how to talk about your job and hobbies, and how to answer common questions without fear.
This video is designed for a basic level of English, but it is perfect for everyone. Even if you are more advanced, this will help you speak more naturally. You don't have to understand every single word we say right now. You just have to stay with us. Just listen and relax. This exercise will accelerate your learning. It will make your learning go much faster.
So, John, why is it so hard to talk about ourselves? We do it in our own language every day.
I think it's because we try to be perfect. We think we need to give a long speech. But in real life, talking about yourself is like building a small bridge to another person. You don't need a golden bridge, you just need a strong one. If you want more videos like this one to help you build your English bridges, please subscribe to Learn English channel and hit the like button. It helps us keep creating content for you.
I love that idea of a bridge. So let's start with the first part of the bridge, the introduction. Usually people just say, "My name is Lucy." It's okay, but it's a bit stiff. Stiff means something is hard and not flexible, like a piece of wood.
Right. To sound more natural, you can say, "I'm John." It's shorter and friendlier. And here's a secret. Follow your name with one fun fact. For example, I'm John and I'm a total coffee addict. An addict is someone who likes something so much they cannot stop. Usually we use it for bad things, but when we talk about coffee or chocolate, it's just a joke.
Let's try a practical example for you at home. I want you to say your name and one thing you like. I'll go first, then John, and then it's your turn. Ready? I'm Lucy, and I love sunrise walks.
I'm John and I'm a big fan of old jazz music.
Now you. Great job. See, you just introduced yourself.
Now, let's move to the part that usually makes people nervous, talking about work or studies. Lucy, what is the most common mistake here?
I think it's trying to explain the technical details. Technical means the very specific, difficult parts of a job. If you're an engineer, you don't need to explain how to build a motor. You can just say, "Basically, I work with machines." The word basically is a lifesaver.
A lifesaver is something that helps you in a difficult situation. It helps you simplify things.
That is a great tip. Basically, I help people, or basically, I work in an office. It's simple and clear. Also, if you're a student, you can say, "I'm currently studying law." Currently just means at this moment or now. It's a very natural word to use.
Let's practice. Imagine someone asks you, "What do you do?" If you're a teacher, you say, "Basically, I teach children." If you're a student, you say, "I'm currently studying biology." Now you try. Think about your work or study and use basically or currently. Ready? Excellent.
But John, what if someone doesn't have a job right now or doesn't like their job? It's okay to focus on your passions.
Passions are the things you love doing with all your heart.
Yes, people love talking about hobbies. This is where you could really sound fluent. Fluent means being able to speak easily and smoothly. When you talk about what you love, you forget to be nervous.
I agree. Instead of saying, my hobby is reading, you can say, I'm really into science fiction books lately. I'm into is a wonderful expression that just means I like or I am interested in. And lately means in the last few days or weeks.
Let's do another exercise. I will ask you, what are you into lately? You can answer with, I'm really into, and then your hobby. Maybe it's cooking, running, or learning English. Ready? So, what are you into lately?
That sounds interesting. I'm really into cooking Italian food lately, even if I'm not very good at it. My pasta is sometimes a disaster. A disaster is something that goes completely wrong. But you know what, Lucy? It's okay.
Exactly. That's the mindset we want our listeners to have. A mindset is the way you think about things. If you have a positive mindset, you know that mistakes are just part of the journey. You don't have to be perfect to be a great communicator.
That's a very important point. Sometimes we are our own worst critics. A critic is someone who says what is wrong with something. We listen to that voice in our head saying, your English is bad. But you must be compassionate with yourself. Compassionate means being kind and understanding, especially to yourself when you fail.
So true, John. Learning English should be a balance. You need practice, but you also need leisure. Leisure is the time when you are not working and you can relax. Watch a movie, listen to this podcast, and don't worry about grammar rules for a moment.
Speaking of grammar, many people ask me, how do I answer common questions about myself? Questions like, where are you from? Or what do you do for fun? My advice is to follow the 1+1 rule. Give your answer and then add one more sentence.
Oh, tell me more about that.
If someone asks, where are you from? Don't just say, I'm from India. Say, I'm from India, from a small town near the coast. The coast is the area where the land meets the sea. This extra sentence makes the conversation flow. Flow means to move smoothly, like water in a river.
Let's practice the 1+1 rule. I'll ask you, where are you from? Try to say your country and then one small detail about your city or why you like it. Ready? Where are you from? Beautiful. It makes such a big difference when you add that extra bit.
It really does. It's like playing catch with the ball. If you don't throw the ball back, the game stops. If you are enjoying this game of English with us, remember to share this video with a friend who is also learning. It's always better to learn together.
And don't forget the body language. Even if your English is basic, you can sound confident if you smile and look people in the eye. Confident means feeling sure about your abilities. If you look like you are enjoying the conversation, the other person will feel at ease. At ease means feeling relaxed and not nervous.
I love that. Fake it until you make it, right? Sometimes you have to act confident until you actually feel confident. John, what do you do when you forget a word? Because it happens to everyone, even us.
When I forget a word, I use fillers. Fillers are small words or sounds that we use to fill the silence while we think. Words like, well, let me see, or to be honest, these give your brain a few seconds to retrieve the information. Retrieve means to find and bring something back.
Let's practice using a filler. I will ask you a difficult question. What is your biggest dream? Before you answer, start with, well, let me see, and then give your answer. Ready? What is your biggest dream? See how much more natural that sounds? It gives you time to breathe.
To be honest is one of my favorites. It sounds so natural. For example, to be honest, I haven't thought about that before. It buys you time and it makes you sound very authentic. Authentic means being real and true, not fake.
So, we've talked about introductions, work, hobbies, and how to keep the conversation going. Let's remember the big problem we started with, that brain freeze. Do you remember that feeling of being a statue?
Yes, the fear of judgment. Judgment is when people form an opinion about you, usually a bad one. But here's the insight, the deep understanding of the truth. Most people are not judging your English. They're just happy to talk to you.
That is the big secret. The person you are talking to wants you to succeed. They aren't looking for grammar mistakes. They're looking for a connection. You don't have to be a perfect English speaker to be a wonderful person to talk to.
Exactly. You don't have to be perfect, just a little better than yesterday. If you learned one new expression today, you're already winning. Confidence doesn't come from knowing every word in the dictionary. It comes from being okay with the words you do know.
That is so motivating, Lucy. Let's do a quick breakdown of what we learned today. A breakdown is a short summary of the main points.
Great idea. First, we talked about making your introduction inviting by adding a fun fact about yourself. Instead of just your name, say something you like.
Second, we talked about describing your job or studies using basically to keep it simple and currently to talk about what you are doing now. Don't get stuck in the technical details.
Third, we talked about hobbies. Use I'm really into instead of my hobby is. It sounds much more natural and fluent.
Fourth, we learned the 1+1 rule. Always add one extra detail to your answer to help the conversation flow.
And finally, we talked about using fillers like well or let me see to give your brain time to retrieve words when you feel a brain freeze coming on.
This was a lot of great information. I hope you feel more empowered now. Empowered means having the confidence and power to do something. You can talk about yourself. You have a story and people want to hear it.
We really want to hear a little bit of your story too. We want to get to know our community. So we have a very simple question for you to answer in the comments.
The question is, where are you watching us from? And what country are you from?
Yes, please write your answer in English. Don't worry about mistakes. We absolutely love reading them. It's the best way for you to start practicing your 1+1 rule right now.
If you want to see more videos like this one to help you think in English and stop translating, make sure to subscribe to the Learn English channel. We have so much more to share with you.
Thank you for staying with us until the end. You are doing an amazing job. Remember, this is your safe space.
I'm John.
And I'm Lucy.
This is the Learn English channel. We hope you stay well, keep practicing, and we will see you in the next video.
Bye-bye.